I'm Jeanna Loves Christmas. Welcome back to the channel for Christmasing, Christmaser University. That's what you've just enrolled in. Subscribe because you're not going to want to leave. This is the kind of school where you stay for life. And we're going to work on mantles. Mantles. I don't know if it's mantles. I just want to sing, it's just another mantle Monday. I don't know if it's Monday. I don't know what day this is coming out, but I do plan to make you an entire week's worth of mantles, so there will be lots to choose from. No mantles are the same. There's nothing cookie cutter about it. Everybody's mantle is unique. Therefore, nothing I tell you is going to fit every single mantle, but hopefully I'll be able to provide some tips, tools, and anecdotes to help you decorate and dress your mantle for Christmas, because a mantle is truly, it is the hub of the home, in my opinion. It's chestnuts roasting on an open fire. It's cozy sweater weather. The mantle is the moment. I am working on my Camden base garland. This garland is 20 inches wide. This is my base garland of choice. I work on an unlit garland. This garland will probably outlive me. My grandchildren will decorate it. My great-grandchildren will decorate it one day. This garland is a hefty thing. It is built to last. Yes, it is a little bit on the costlier side if you're comparing it to something you're gonna get at Walmart, but is it worth it? It is. You're never gonna get Jeanna garland without a good base garland. I am not playing with broke garland. We are playing with the Camden. I'm about to blow your mind. Are you ready for this? Like this right here, you're just gonna lose it. Get ready. How do you put it on? Where's it gonna go? Who's taking your mantle for a walk? Nobody. Nobody's going to take your mantle for a walk. If you don't wanna use screws, if you've got something heavier going on, if you just like this draped look, just set the garland on there. Make sure it's even on both sides. Step back, eye it. Kyle did it for me. And that was just as simple as can be. If the biggest hesitancy is I don't want to put holes in my walls. The commands don't stick. Cool, let's decorate. I'm going to add ribbon. That is not going to surprise anybody. We're gonna ribbon her up. This is classic Christmas. This classic Christmas is classically beautiful. This ribbon has this beautiful reflection. We've got plaid, we've got all the good things. And this ribbon, I have to tell you, is really good for beginners. If you're a pro, good for you. We've been hanging out a long time. But if you are not a pro and you're a little afraid of ribbon, I'm gonna tell you this ribbon is very, very easy to use. When I use it, my hands don't even realize we're making a bow. That's how easy it is. I'm going to start with my 3 simple loops. I'm going to use a ribboning pattern and we're going to just add ribbon. We're gonna create something organic, pretty. I don't know what it's going to look like, but I know it will look good. And I am going to ribbon this whole thing. This is a very classic Christmas look. I have reds, I have greens, I have blues in my recipe. Let's see what it looks like. I'm going in first with a double. I'm going to make a bunch of different loops. I'm not sure. So this is just a double. It looks like a little bit, it's like something Minnie would wear on her head, or I would if you invited me to your Christmas party, which is probably why I don't get a lot of invitations to Christmas parties. That's okay. I've been busy. I'm going to just start a ribboning pattern with no rhyme or reason. Every time I put my ribbon in my mantle, I am gonna reactivate the ribbon. Can you even see? I can't tell. It's in first for mantles. I don't know what you can see. I feel like my back's in front of it. We're gonna reactivate every single time. I'm gonna create something really big, really boisterous coming off the mantle. It's just gonna be a big party. And it's gonna come all the way down. I don't really need a lot of new bows, but I definitely wanted this ribbon ran all the way through. She's so pretty. Yes, that's a party. Beautiful. And you can just shove your scissors in there. It'll hold your ribbon for you. It's like a little ribbon. It's like a little scissor elf assistant. Your garland, your Camden 20-inch. You can't do that with a thin garland. No, you cannot. Your scissors would just fall right out. Yes, they would. I'm gonna make another, and I'm gonna work the other direction. Every mantle video I do, some may have ribbons, some might not. They will all have different ribboning patterns. Everything will look different because every mantle is unique. I'm going to build this direction. I'm going to cheat my ribbon a little to the front. The ribbon is weightless. My ornaments have a little weight to them, so they're gonna sit a little back, and that's kind of the point. We've created this little cozy, hospitable environment for all of our ornaments on top of our hearth. And figuring out the names to all the things is not always easy. The newel post, just kidding, that's a staircase, but I know what it's called. I mean, what could be easier? Are you already feeling like, oh my gosh, I could totally decorate my mantle? It's not as hard as it maybe seems. You get something really pretty and ripply going on here. And I'm gonna cut that. Just because I like to. How does that feel? It feels pretty, right? I have Elf Kylie and Kyle here today. And you Christmasers. I don't like it when I talk and nobody talks back to me. That was 10 yards of ribbon. I'm going in with just a little more, and it's going to give me some ribbon for my Christmas tree. Christmas tree is getting single loops because I only have 10 yards left. Mantles are also something that can be done very quickly. A mantle is like 15 to 20 minutes of just a good time. I always think that a mantle also is a lot of quiet time for me. I love decorating mantles and I like to listen to my music really loud. Mantles are always a quiet moment for me, except for this time, because I'm not alone. This I just overlapped my bow, but I had the little tail sticking out, so I'm gonna have the tail sticking out and then I'm gonna offshoot it. It just happened that way, just organically. And that's always how it is. If that's what happened, go with it. Don't fight it. This product is so beautiful. There are no mistakes here. And then I'm using my garland and I'm wrapping it all the way around the ribbon and I'm cinching it just like I would use my wire. I am making it tight. I built a tree on the Camden Christmas tree. I built one of our last Taylor Swift trees, but I used the Camden and it was so interesting to ribbon that tree because the ribbon it was embraced the way my garland embraces ribbon because the Christmas tree is made out of the same product. It was a moment for me. How are we looking? We are looking good. I'm good. The rest of this is going on my Christmas tree. Indigo Golden Nugget. This ribbon is 2.5 inches. It's stunning velvet. There's back with gold lame. Jeanna and Elvis approved. And I'm gonna go in and this is gonna be, oh my goodness. Did you see what just happened? Doesn't even matter what you do. It's practical application. You put it on, it's gonna look beautiful because you know what to do with your ribbon, and the ribbon is ribboning. The ribbon is a ribboning today. Yes, it is. I'm just gonna make some single loops and I'm going to work them through and I'm gonna create some dimension. I am going to overlap some of my plaid, but not all of it. And when I do the overlap, I'm always going to leave a section. Like you'll always be able to put your fingers through. You don't wanna lay your ribbon right on top of each other. Otherwise, you should just buy a ribbon that looks like there's another ribbon right on top of it and save your money. If you're gonna layer your ribbon, you need to actually layer the ribbon and there needs to be some dimension to it. It's a 3D thing. This is coming alive, okay? We're building a living artificial piece of art. It's just every time I see the gold on the back, it makes me so happy. You know where my garland is thinking about going? Nowhere. The garland's not going to, it feels very firm in there. Nothing I do is feeling like it's gonna pull it down. And I just wanna remind you that we didn't use anything to put it there. I just put it on there. And I just said a little prayer when I did it. I always just say one little prayer. Right when I lay it on there. I'm gonna give my ribbon lots of room to move. Big loops, big fun. You can't see it because I'm blocking it. Now the plaid, this has a lot more body in it than the plaid. The plaid has body in a really light and feathery way, like it's a plaid ballerina. This is a velvet nutcracker. This one definitely has more huff to it. It's gonna crush the Christmas plaid just a little bit, but all you have to do is put your hand through it and just give it a little bit of love and then just let it know that it's okay to stay into the party. I am seeing something here, so I'm going to add it just because I'm seeing it. And what I'm seeing is I would like to add another loop with a fabulous tail coming off of it, meaning lots of hard twists, lots of pinching going on in my bows. I want to add something else back here. So I just made the whole garland larger by adding another layer back there. You can add as many layers as you want. If you want your ribbon to come up and go all the way over and around, do it. You can do it. You just build on your base garland. You can't do it if your base garland is 8 inches wide. Don't try. Just setting yourself up for failure. A Christmaser sent me a message the other day and she had bought the base garland and she bought beautiful ribbons and she was ribboning her staircase and she's like, what should I do here? And she actually, when I responded, of course, and this was on Instagram, and she messaged me back and she's like, I really thought you were gonna tell me to start over. I thought that this wasn't what I was supposed to be doing. And she's like, but it doesn't look the way yours looks. And I told her to do one thing. If you could just take a few pics and pop them in there, it'll look perfect. And then it did. That was as simple as that. She did a fantastic job there. I love that. I love that. I can't wait for you to see it. Let me get out of the way. Oh, this is stunning. Look what just happened when I added that second loop back there. Do you see it? Can you see it? All this beautiful wild dimension we just got on our mantle. Feels so good. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna put here. I do know I left a hole there, but I just felt like I've got artwork here. I made it. It's a piece of canvas with a beautiful glitter magic bow tied to it. And I love mirrors above mantles, but we obviously then you just see yourself. And then it would be like we were filming the video together. Maybe that wouldn't have been the weirdest idea I've ever had. Twisting this through, really just letting this ribbon do what it wants. This golden nugget is not messing around. I'm gonna have a little swooping moment down here just because that feels pretty. This is gorgeous. Even if I didn't add anything else, I'm gonna add so much. But even if I didn't, the ribbon alone is spectacular. I lost my ribbon. I ran out of ribbon at the end, so I just let it do a cute little twirly swirl, just like the little ballerina that its companion is. So now I'm going to get another roll and I'm gonna run down. I am excited to open another roll because leaving this tree green at the end of this video would kill my soul. So now it gets to stay alive. My ribboning base is done. I'm going in next with my picks. I'm using some really beautiful, it's called Dainty. It's a Dainty Cedar from Sullivan's. I like my garland to look real, but I am actually allergic to fresh garland. I'm really allergic to cedar. My throat would close right up. So I shouldn't just tell anybody that, but it is true. Now I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna add these and I'm gonna very strategically do it so that it looks like a fresh mixed garland, because that just looks pretty and everybody likes that. And after I put it right where I want it, I'm gonna take one piece of that Camden and I'm just gonna take my pick and I'm just folding it tight. This is such a strong garland. It will hold, I would say anything, but I haven't tested everything. But that could be something fun to do during the summer. Oh my gosh, did you see how beautiful that looks? Now it looks like it came from the forest. So 3 are going here because I really wanted that fresh moment to happen near the bottom on both sides. That really makes such a big difference. Can you see from a distance what a big difference this makes? I'm giving them a little bit of movement and shape, just like a real one would have. Perfect. I just said, the problem is I'm gonna want more of these. I said I brought with me, like I actually brought these here. I'm at the studio and the entire back wall is covered in these. So if magically a few more appear, it won't be that magical. I'm gonna cheat them towards the front though, because I really want that beautiful draping effect. They would not be as appreciated in the back. Not here. Oh yeah, see? So good. If you are lighting a real fire, your artificial greens could catch on fire. But if you are lighting a real fire and you have fresh greens, that is actually also a fire hazard. Just be careful if you're lighting your fire. We've never had any of ours burn. So just be mindful of how close it is to the flame. Beautiful, beautiful. Next, I'm going in with just a couple. This is a Douglas tree, a Douglas fir, and so I'm gonna go and add just a few of these too. Also a Douglas pick. My picks are Sullivan's. My Christmas tree is from Vickerman from my All Seasons page. Just a couple of these to continue to bring this to life before I add my ornaments. I am working somewhat in a pattern. If you have a real garland, you will notice that there's so much movement in them. While I am allergic to them, it doesn't mean I don't love the way they look. So I have figured out a way to make them look real, and that is with picks. But to do that, you have to have somewhat of an organic pattern. Don't get too matchy-matchy when you're doing it, because then it will kind of defeat the purpose. Bending it back, so I basically get something that looks like this, and then tucking it in this direction. Popping straight up. These picks they know what they are supposed to do. Absolutely. Feels pretty good to me. Let me see. I'm gonna put one on either end. Just two more. I wanted to show you the Camden a little closer because I know we're not going to be able to get as close there. When I put my pick in, I'm just taking one piece and twisting it. And that pick isn't going anywhere. Your toddler could pull. I mean, how is that for a test? But I wanted you to see how strong this garland really is. You can't compare garlands. If I'm working on this and you're not, and you're working on something different. Unlit, always unlit. If your lights go out on your pre-lit garland, you know what? Sucks, totally Don't make that mistake. Yes, of course you can light. Kyle's like, are you gonna tell them you can light your own? Of course you can light your garland. I'm gonna light this garland. What?
That was a bad impression.
Kyle, it was an excellent impression of you. I am gonna light this garland at the end because if I lit it first and then I put all of this stuff on it, you wouldn't see the lights. I am gonna light my garland. Now, it is your responsibility, Kyle, to not let me forget to light my garland. But unlit garland, that's what we do. And the lit garland costs more and it's a headache. And that, no, I'm just kidding. Let's add some ornaments. Let's add some ornaments. I pulled this 10-inch ornament just because I had it here and I did think it would be fun to put it right here, almost like a little bit of a decoration on my mantle. What do you think? Do you like it? I like it. Let's put it there. Now, because of how we have placed our garland, Kyle said, I used gravity to attach it. It's a dumb joke. It was dumb, Kyle, but I am gonna share it with the Christmasers. Okay, so because the garland isn't going anywhere and I've got this big base and there's no real distribution of weight going on here. We are distributed, we are feeling very even, and I'm gonna put so much stuff on this garland and then really show it who the boss was. And the garland's gonna be like, I was the boss, Jeanna, the whole time. I know you were. I'm now going to, since this is my little moment that I saved this space for, I'm gonna build this up before carrying out the rest of my ornaments, just so I can get something pretty. So I used a matte pleated. This matte pleated green is pretty. When you mix matte with shine, it makes the shine more special. Sometimes it's like, oh, I'm just gonna use shiny ornaments. Trust me, when you mix in the matte, it is a good idea. And matte green, this is an emerald, on a dark green garland is so pretty. I also have blue and I only have like 6 of these, but this was the perfect blue for the ribbon. So I definitely wanna make sure these join the party. Refluff your ribbon as you place. I'm gonna add in a few of these going down. This is a little bit smaller, this is an 8-inch, and these are just gonna get really cozy right when you place them in there. Sometimes you can even set them on and you don't have to wire it. Shh, don't tell everybody else. But it's true. Going in with a 6-inch, and I'm gonna work some going down, just the same red. Now I've moved on to all same ornaments, getting that color carried all the way through. I've put the ornament in, I'm using my hand to go through the ribbon on the other side, and then I'm going to attach it. So you can work your hands through the garland. You don't have to try to manipulate, really just we're just going with the flow. We're just going with the flow today. I'm going in next with my blues because I only have 2 more large and then I have a handful of smalls. So I'm going to get those placed. This was the perfect blue. I will post this design recipe because this is the perfect blue for this ribbon. And I know that's frustrating when you order something and it's not the exact same color as you thought it was. Indigo, it's indigo blue. I have 5 babies. My shatterproof ornaments are near weightless, which makes them really easy to build off of, even on top of the ribbon. The shatterproof weighs near nothing, so even when popped on top, it's not going anywhere. The ribbon is strong. Let's bring in more emerald. I love the pattern on the pleats, and I am gonna run the pattern both directions, not only the same, so I get a little more movement going on. The sides of a mantle are like the back of the tree. You have to put ornaments on them because if you're over in this room, if you're over in the kitchen cooking up some Christmas cookies and you glance over and you see the side of your mantle garland and there's nothing on it, you will not be feeling as Christmassy. So you need to at least just kiss the side. You need a few ornaments on the side. Even the one against the wall. You need it. Perfect example of, it's not wired. I just sat it there. I'm gonna let it, it's not going anywhere. I have jewels, I have big jewels, I have small jewels. I'm calling all the jewels and I'm gonna jewel this thing up real good. These are also shatterproof. They weigh a little more than the ornament. So pretty. Just gonna have I'm gonna have them peeking out and leaning up, creating just a little bit of a jewel box, a little Christmas jewel box for my Christmas candy plaid. I want this jewel to pop up a little more, so I'm going to use my ornament, and I'm gonna put the ornament in, and then I'm gonna lay the jewel in it, just like that. We have mini jewels. This is Kyle, this is the size I want. The baby jewels have been very fun. The baby jewels have been a good time. The jewels were necessary. They're so pretty. They added dimension, they added a lot more sparkle, and they were lightweight. My garland still has not even tried to move. I'm gonna go with a little black because I like it. And our classic plaid, candy plaid, has little black stripes in it. So this is going to, close up, it's just gonna make it all feel done. And these are so cute. They have little snowflakes on them as well, these glittered picks. Everything is wired. So once you have it in there, you can really manipulate the snowflakes to be where you want them. This doesn't need a lot, clearly, because it's very full. I added for the little nod to the black, really did make the ribbon feel loved. I could be done, but I never am. I have some red glittered picks, so I'm gonna put them in because it feels like a party, and now it is. I call these party picks, it's not their official name, but I do call them that. And they come as a set of, I think 3, I think. Throwing out all these facts to you today, none of them are actually facts, but that's what I think. As you can tell, I'm very much steering clear down here because that's the fire zone. So I'm not going to drop anything else down. Now, if you don't light a fire, or if you are working on a mantle without flame like I am, you absolutely could be bringing in some of this sparkle down here. I mean, that is desirable to anybody who likes glitter. Now I'm gonna light the mantle. If I had lit this mantle before I did all of this, guess what? You wouldn't see a single light, and that is a promise. So now I'm going to go through and gently lace and tuck and move my little cord. I'm just using little cheapy lights that you would get anywhere because I didn't use a lit garland. And if the lights ever burn out on these, it was like $3, and I'm gonna replace it. And my beautiful, full, rich garland is intact and like brand new again. So I'm just going to work. I can pull the lights through. I'm just gonna go through. I'm gonna make it look really easy. And I'm going to give the outer edges of my garland a lot more attention. Using my Camden to basically tie off the light, like grab it and like pinch it so it stays in place. Working it behind my bows, through my bows, getting it next to my jewels, getting my reflection going on. Anywhere I want the light and the reflection, that's where I'm tucking the lights. As I lace my lights through, I go through and make sure my ribbons are popping again, make sure everything's happy. And because the lights were added at the end, all the lights are in play. Not a single one of them is covered up. Heart and soul are intact. I love Christmasing with you. Thank you for Christmasing with me today.